Hello, I'm Joseph Michelli, a psychologist partnering with Elevations Credit Union to help you and your family cope with change and uncertainty. We are all trying to effectively manage an emotional roller coaster for an event we've never experienced before. And as such, we can expect to feel fear and sadness and confusion and anger as our routines get disrupted and our sense of control is shaken. And those emotions can switch quickly from moment to moment to hour. We can feel in one moment anger to people who aren't heeding warnings and restrictions and putting the population at risk. The next moment we can feel genuine fear on behalf of ourselves or our family members. Other moments we can be very grateful to healthcare workers and all of those who keep things moving on our behalf. Another moment we might be really joyful, really happy, being with family in a way we might not have otherwise been. And then just moments later, that same family can produce great senses of frustration. So what do we do with these intense feelings when they're all jumbled like this? The first thing is to just label emotions as they come. I am feeling angry. I am feeling grateful. Not act like those feelings aren't there, because they actually intensify if you ignore them. Beyond that, we can give ourselves permission to not be at 100%. And if we can do that, maybe we can extend that same kind of tolerance for the people around us who aren't 100%. At times, we may have to just say, I need a little more tolerance from you right now, given what we're all going through. And we can take charge of this power that we have to time limit feelings and move through action and self-dialogue. So, there are times we feel like, man, we have an emotion, bam, it's like instantly we're doing a behavior. I have a strong emotion, I find myself putting food in my mouth. It seems like it's a reflex. Or I have a strong emotion and I'm binge watching or engaging in some form of distraction. Those are not reactions. We actually have a choice in between the emotion and the action. And I'm encouraging you to choose to move your eyes. There are going to be times when you're going to see things, you're going to be watching things or doing something. You have to shift your eyes because that thing is a trigger for a darker emotion. Sometimes you're going to have to move your feet. You're going to literally have to get out of one room and move to another room. Just a subtle change of environment. Sometimes it's more activity than that's needed. Sometimes you're going to have to move your conversation. You may have to say to somebody, let's stop talking about that for right now. We'll put a pause on that. We'll come back to it later. Sometimes we have to change our thoughts and move those. We can say to ourselves, look, okay, we're going to do this for a while, but by this time, I'm going to shift my thought over to this and do something more productive, more constructive, more focused on someone else. We may have to move our social interactions. Sometimes we're going to need to move toward people in our homes or through our phone calls or other forms of connection. Other times we may need to move a bit away from people because that is a source of emotional trigger. And then sometimes we need to think about ourselves and our situation and really take some time for ourselves. Other times we have to move our focus onto others and how we might be of service to them or people who might be less fortunate than us to get a frame of reference. All right, those are the tips for this week. Look forward to more installments soon.